Hello everybody, yet again for another video. Today we're going to talk about MMOs, or Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Games. This of course came from the fact that I recently bought Final Fantasy Online, which had me reflect upon all the other online games that I have played in the past, or even more recently. Now, except for I don't like Final Fantasy, but the only reason I bought this is because it was an online game. I do like online games, but yeah, I don't like all online games because a lot of them just flat out aren't done very well. They're done as just being big draws for level grinders, but in no way do they draw anyone that actually plays the game to try to immerse themselves into another world, which is where I am. Final Fantasy. I don't remember exactly when Final Fantasy Online started, but if I remember vaguely correctly, I started seeing it around about the same time as World of Warcraft. So I'm putting its age level being around about there. I might be wrong. If you think about a different game, correct me if I am. But the thing is, if it has been around for as long as World of Warcraft, and this recent incarnation of it, it should be a little bit further. But like World of Warcraft, it's doing the same thing over and over again. But imagine World of Warcraft over the years has made enough money to have an excuse to try the same formula, but most people don't seem to talk about Final Fantasy Online nearly as much as World of Warcraft Online, so maybe we tweak some things more than just doing the same old thing. The reason I pair those is because I hate them both for pretty much the same reason. You mentioned the level grinding. All the missions, they're pretty much go here, go there, go here, go there, then go outside and kill those things until we tell you to stop killing those things and go back and do this. There's no story dragging you look through this. There's just stuff that could happen or could not happen. You'd be paying attention or not giving a crap. It wouldn't make much sense at all. I mean, for both those games, they put a lot of effort to cinematic movies in the game to give this game a huge backstory. I mean, Final Fantasy's movie could have been one of the best cinematic things I've seen since I couldn't say. Since whatever World of Warcraft's last cinematic was, I've actually bothered to watch. But there's no point in putting a crapload of effort into a cinematic if you do absolutely nothing for the in-game story to make the player feel like it's actually part of the backstory in any possible way. The backstory happened, and you're not really significant to it. And the next add-on is going to have more backstory, which you're still not significant to. Same thing happened for Warcraft. Nothing has happened in any of their expansions that has been significant to you as a player. You could pay attention to the story, or you completely ignore it. It wouldn't make any difference to you. It will still carry out exactly the same. And it brings us to Grand Theft Auto Online. I just blatantly don't get the point of that. I mean, that didn't even bother the story, so I guess give credit for that and try to pretend there's a story to get into. Just sit here, shoot people. Some people that are into blatant deathmatch, I guess that's their thing. I like deathmatch stuff back in the day. But I can't get to a point to this. And not even deathmatch level things. Counter-Strike and all that stuff. I can understand that. This is driving around like an idiot, shoot whoever you happen to see in front of you. Piss off the cops while doing so, have them take your car. Because you can't really get a car afterwards because you run into the cops. You can't get back your car, and when I steal a new car, you have to run to the cops again to go steal that car. It's just a pointless cycle that has nothing telling you to do that anymore. But with that, you're probably wondering, why would I still play online games? Because not all of them fall into the category of you have nothing to do with the story. Star Wars Republic stands as my probably most favorite online game. Right now I do not have my account active because all PlayStation stuff I've been doing pretty much has been making me ignore the account, so it was about to turn a couple of days, so I just ended it for now. I might go back to that later. I'll let you know if I do. So maybe you could try to figure out where I am. But the draw is that it actually has a story for each and every character type, separate from everybody. When you have to repeat missions, it actually feels a little more like it's directed to you personally than just feel like some carbon copy every single player does exactly the same thing. The backstories that occur are actually significant to you. If you go to the backstory, you'll have no idea what you're doing, and you will just not have anything to do at all. So you figure out what you're actually supposed to be doing. And it will continue like that from the beginning to the end. Which that part is also more important because Star Trek Online. I like Star Trek Online because it does have a story for you, but not nearly as for you personally. And it does not stretch from beginning to the end. It stretches for a considerable number of levels, stops, insists that you level grind for about 10 or 20 levels, and then eventually the story comes back. And I only made a guess at how many levels because once you get level grinder insisting, I stopped playing and stopped giving a crap. I did play a little bit when the Romulan thing was added on. But I only played that for a little bit. I got kind of bored. The Romulan thing did have a better story that actually did feel a little more like it had something to do with you. I give them credit for that one. Compared to all the other things, that was good. But unfortunately, I tried creating new characters for anything that was non-Romulan and still had nothing to do with you, so pretty much they only fixed it for one species, and I don't get what was up with that. How does that make sense to anyone that just designed that game? That let's make this significant for one species that we just had just now, but it's pretty much not useful for any other species, which the characters have been probably playing for how long? And I have not played since they did the last expansion, so I don't have an opinion on that right now. If I ever get playing that, I'll let you know, but I don't think it helps too high on that one. Last time I tried playing it, I got a little annoyed with it. DCU. It puts effort into trying to draw you in with a story. It doesn't do a very good job about making sure the story is individualized, but it makes more effort than Star Trek Online does. Because if you start a character in Metropolis or Gotham or something, it changes up a little bit more, but that's about it. Anywhere else you start, it's gonna be pretty much Same thing. I don't have any expansions for that. Not yet. I believe I mentioned that with the 10% discount thing, I was tempted to include that as one of my things, but I resisted and ended up, getting Saints Row instead. Haven't played it yet. I'll let you know. New equipment just came in, pushing that much closer to recording my stuff. So much closer. But I do play DC in DC Universe. I haven't played it yet because all the other games I'm trying to catch up on. I might play it again soon, since I don't have to do any new things for other than expansion and all that. That one does stand a little more likely. I'll let you know on that one. Let's see. Since we're into PlayStation, one of the free-to-play games, which does technically count as MMO, just barely though, would be Destiny. Sorry, meant Defiance. Although, you know what? I accidentally said Destiny for some sort of things. We're going to talk about Destiny also, because it does sort of play in. Because it is trying to be an MMO. So, we're going to go Defiance later. But Destiny wasn't free to play, so. But we're going to go with Destiny anyways. Destiny, the biggest flaw is the story does not pull you in. I mean, it starts off pretty much being literally a game that's supposed to be just for an individual, and it still has trouble pulling in the individual. And then there's a MMO bit that tries to be, and it barely even pulls off in the level of Counter-Strike type thing. And you could be there with a whole bunch of people and not have a reason to care other than, oh, that guy that happened to be in the same place as me having to kill the thing that was about to kill me for him. It didn't do anything for me, but super. So that would be the main fix. I mean, everybody keeps complaining about Destiny, and they keep trying to add on downloadable content, try to fix it, but they're still not fixing anything. Because the one thing that needs to be added is an actual story. There is no story. That's what's losing in everybody's. The complaint is that it's repetitive. It's repetitive because there's no story to actually tell them why they're even doing anything. I mean, you go out, shoot things that are in front of you, and blindly follow paths, and usually they're right because there's only going to be 2 paths available anyways. You go one path, you're going to run to a dead end, you go the other way, so story had nothing to do with you doing that. It's just there were a lot of options. Now, back to Defiance. Defiance is free to play. And of course, based off on a sci-fi channel TV show Defiance. But if you actually played the game that supposedly follows the show, you'll notice one big detail. They keep advertising that it supposedly follows the details of the show. But I can't figure out how. Because even the beginning scenes of this game don't make a shred of sense with the show at all. I mean, you're being introduced to the game with the 2 main characters. I don't remember the names right now, but if you watch the show, you know who I'm talking about. But play the game, But anyways, those characters in the story at no point could possibly be where you presently are. I mean, in any time frame of the show, that makes no sense. And of course, present time in the show, that makes even less sense because they're frozen in whatever that thing was. So, why am I seeing them at all? And if the game actually does catch up with the show better than that, I can't figure out how or when, because I haven't really played long enough to actually get beyond just barely the beginning, because it's mostly just a pointless shooter. I mean, you could have absolutely nothing going on. It's just trying to tell you to shoot things. Every MMO I know of that's tried to do that formula of hybriding shooter and MMO hasn't really played out. I mean, a lot of them just got canceled. Which I'm surprised they really haven't gotten canceled yet. I mean, it's free to play, so might help with it off a little, or most of those came out before the free to play became a trend. But honestly, this could not possibly be holding their budget. And the show seems to barely just get enough buzz to get going. I like the show. It did start off very well, but it did grow on you well enough to pull you in to watch it more. But the game, with the show in mind, is an absolute disappointment. And if there's anything else I was meant to say, I cannot think what it could possibly be. If there's any other MMOs that you know of that you praise the existence of, let me know. Or maybe there's an MMO that you absolutely hate. I think I should try it so I can hate it too. Let me know. Yeah, I've also tried out a lot of different free-to-plays through however many sites there have been throughout the entire years since free-to-play MMOs have been an increasing thing over the years. One interesting one was City of Steam, I think we call, but it wasn't too bad for something that was low budget. It wasn't too bad. The story vaguely pulls you in as an individual character, but each character you come up with after that, it's just carbon copying. Well, so that part's kind of dope. It very slightly changes for certain details, part it's just carbon copying. But I give that one a little more room for error because it's putting less money into things. Therefore, we should expect less. But things like Final Fantasy or whatever, there's putting crap load of money into it and expecting you to put crap load of your own money into it. I expect more. Why I also give independent films a little more leeway. But with the City of Steam in mind, the animation style of it is very similar to City Heroes and City Moons. I used to play that. I don't play anymore because I maxed out a character and then you face the part where everything you do is just repetitive now. Because it was a good game for trying to pull you into the story and make you seem significant to what's going on. Not entirely significant because the backstory of the game doesn't matter to you, but it does give you your own backstory, so that's important. The thing is, gives only same backstory for every single character. So if you have like 50 different characters, you're gonna have the same backstory for each of 50 characters. So people that actually max out all the characters, wow, you are way easier to please than not doing the same repetitive task over and over again You could be doing damn near anything else. Especially when, at the time of remembering all this, you were paying for this. I don't even get that. I mean, were you really telling yourself there was nothing else? There probably was something else. I'm pretty sure I was playing something else by that point. Because it really was not worth the money after you went maxed out. Even with their expansions, it became, don't really care. But they did try expansion that added more power to you once you've been maxed out. I tried doing that. I didn't finish the mission before I just got bored of it already. Also because the whole thing with people with 50 characters maxed their stuff out kind of got annoying at that point. Because even though I tried playing this like the first day of the expansion, everybody I tried teaming with already had all 50 of their characters maxed, done with this mission. So while you did this for the first time because you're now a loser who maxes out 50 fucking characters, they are trying to run through this by instant memory because they've already done all this shit before and don't care that you haven't done it yet. Which I'd be cool with if you could do the mission solo. But max out on the mission, so obviously it's not going to be something you'd be able to do a solo. So you just suck it out and deal with the jackass or stop playing. I'm paying for the game. I'm going to stop. I'm paying for it. Stop playing. I'm not paying for the jackass. And that's the thing. Why would you max out 50 fucking characters if you're just a level grinder? What motivates a level grinder? Is your life really so boring that that seems interesting to you? It doesn't make sense. Like I said, I play pretty much any game, but being immersed into another world. The point of MMO is to be immersed into a seemingly infinite world that never truly ends. By the time you get to the ending, they've already had another expansion, so you never saw the ending. Therefore, what's up to the level grinders who are trying to get to that ending as quickly as possible before they even know if there was a beginning. They do it 50 more times, even though there was absolutely no difference to it. Why? I'm the type of person that, when watching Sword Art Online, at some level thinks that's a pretty awesome idea. Not the first season, second season when they're not dying. But the first season where they were trapped in it, they were all dying because they were trapped in it. I could probably do without that part. That's about it. If you have anything to add about MMOs or anything at all, let me know. I'll either comment to you in comments or I'll make a whole video based on what you said, depending on how significant you made your question or comment. And click